said, I just died in your arms tonight.
What's up guys, welcome to Superwise. I'm John, and the first two episodes for X-Men 97 have debuted. Now, the initial cartoon was the perfect introduction as a kid to a lot of these lesser known X-Men, and of course the bigger ones. That show was childhood, that show was nostalgia. It was a part of a bigger, expansive Marvel universe. Before the MCU, we had this as kids, and it was so cool seeing Spider-Man, Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, Fantastic Four, X-Men, all of them come together for specific events in the same universe. It was so cool. So when Marvel Studios announced the revival, I mean, it really was earth-shattering. It was a bunch of kids now grown up being like, oh my god, they're bringing it back. It was such a great announcement, and now we're here. We're only 2 episodes in, but this show is absolutely amazing thus far. It really does make me feel like the kid I left behind. You guys should have seen how big of a grin I had on my face when the intro was shown and played and we heard the classic music, dun 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 dun. It really did make me ascend to the next level. It was just so good. What's great about this revival is that there's not a similar magic to the original. There's not, well, it's kind of like the original. No, this is like a real continuation. It has the straight up original magic to it, and that is rare. The animation's not perfect, it can be blocky at some points, but at other times it can be quite fluid and good. So let's actually dive into the episodes, because episode 1 is just the perfect reintroduction to this series. When Cyclops and the X-Men come into frame and you realize like, oh my god, they're really back, it is just the best feeling, and Cyclops actually being the leader in the forefront, that's carried over, and that's fantastic because my boy deserves justice, and boy does he get it. This leads me to the action because it is so good. When Cyclops is fighting and using his laser beams to dodge and to maneuver, it's like so good. Definitely my favorite set piece of this episode was when they're all ripped from the jet, they all gotta save themselves, and Cyclops is like, good job, and then he proceeds to be a badass and handle his save on his own. He uses his optic beams, shoots it to the ground, and he lands, and it's like the most badass thing ever. Like, this is Cyclops, yo. This is perfect. Then you got the epic set piece with them all finding the Sentinel. I love seeing them working as a team. I love that. It gives me so much hope for the live action X-Men when you see them work together like this. It's just all gelling together properly. And as a result, you feel rewarded when you see Gambit land on Wolverine's back. He lights up his claws, they turn purple, and Wolverine proceeds to slash the Sentinel. Like, that was so cool. So you have your badass set pieces, but you also equally have emotion and good storytelling. Good character work, because in the first episode you see Cyclops Scott dealing with the loss of the professor, and he's not him, but he has to keep the X-Men together, but he slowly realizes that they're a family, they work well together, and if he leaves with Jean so they can have their baby and have a normal life, they're in relatively good hands. It's really good stuff. But then of course we get the reveal that leads into episode 2 with Magneto being in the will as taking over the X-Men, and Scott is incredibly mistrusting, as one should be. But then you get a really compelling character arc with Magneto, because even though him and Charles fought and they disagreed with each other on humanity and how to handle things, Magneto still respects Charles, and he will respect his dying wish, and he's actually making a change to his character and his ideology. I mean, when Storm loses her powers, Magneto gets really upset. He takes him in the sky, and he was like, the old me would eviscerate you, but now I have to become better. And he shows him mercy. It is such good stuff. Everyone gets really solid character work. Jean is gonna be a mother. She wants her kid to have a normal life and not go through the same mutant difficulties that she went through. Scott and Wolverine are about to throw down, but you see in Jean's eyes, please don't do this, please help us. And Wolverine listens because he's in love with her. That's his soft spot, and the comedic moments are actually really good. A genuine smile and laugh from me when Wolverine has to drive Jean to the hospital and he's freaking out, he doesn't know what he's doing, and it's so great. Lastly, Magneto and Rogue together, yeah, that made me uncomfortable. That was weird. I do not vibe with it. I did the most insane double take. I know what happened in the comics, but like, it's weird. It's really weird. I feel like a kid again. I can't wait to wake up each morning to a new episode of X-Men 97. This thing is gonna get season 2 and 3, so it's gonna stick around, and it's just so good, man. I really do love it, and I'll try and review it weekly if I feel I have enough to say about each episode, so we'll see, but I wanted to put out this initial review because this show deserves some love and some praise and some attention. It's really nice and refreshing to talk about the X-Men who are at the forefront and imagine what's going to happen with them in the MCU. With this show, I have hope. Tell me in the comments down below, what do you think about the first 2 episodes for X-Men 97? Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. That'll be all for me. Remember my catchphrase, guys. Stay super wise.